All right, I'm here with Seth Van Dale from Home Builder Marketers. And, you know, we've been talking a lot over this whole IBS actually about the change in the marketplace, going from, I guess, that kind of search where people go, there's just a person, maybe some reviews, or coming through from architects. Now there's a big move towards the trust-based selling. The idea, actually, you need to get that client first. They're actually yours. And you're the one building it. Even as a builder, every builder's an influencer. And I know you're saying, no, I'm not. I've definitely got a face for radio, but people want to see what you do and how you do it and know that they're value aligned. And so after having some great chats with you, I just love to hear about what you've been seeing in the marketplace and the movement in content and how that communicates to and from clients at the moment.
Well, first I'd like to say thanks for having me on here. Awesome. It's a pleasure. But what I'm seeing in the marketplace is that the 80-20 rule is a very real thing. The 80-20 rule in the building space is that 20% of the builders are building 80% of the projects. And those 20% of builders that are getting 80% of the projects, I can guarantee every single one of them is posting on social media. And they're not relying on referrals. The 80% that is getting 20% of the work, those are the guys that are just relying on their referrals from architects. They're the ones that are just waiting for more referrals to come in. They're not out there actively marketing themselves, advertising themselves, building new relationships. And so you need to have a social presence. It's something that's completely free for you to do. All you need to have is an iPhone and a microphone. That's it. You can start making content. And we were talking a little bit before we started, some of the content that's like just low-hanging fruit for these builders is like just doing a job site walkthrough. Hey, you know, we were building this house and one of our subtrades screwed this up with the framing. Check this out. This is how we're going to avoid it next time. This is how we caught it. You know, talking through those things. People love to see the process of a build.
That's it. And this whole idea of needing to shine, like the number, don't get me wrong, having some professional videography done is great, website, but it's not going to give you that connection. It's not going to give you that following.
No, it's not.
Like that raw, like you don't need to have anything special. You don't need to go and buy anything. Like I said, we've got it in our pockets right now and it's better than the cameras were 5 years ago anyway.
That's so true. If you were to invest in one thing though.
What is it?
The Meta Ray-Ban glasses.
Oh yeah?
You don't need to have a face for camera. You literally just get these Ray-Ban glasses. They're like $400, $500. You click record, you walk through your job site and you talk about what you did and what you're doing. And it is incredible candid content that you can just post straight to Meta.
That's one way of getting your team involved. Just tell them they got to wear a set of glasses during the day.
Exactly. Yeah, you get your framer to wear these glasses and he's like, hey, did you know this when you're framing a house? Like,
so obviously we're talking about the founder now or the builder, but like, all of these teams they're trying to scale. They've got site supervisors, they've got guys out there, and they're trying to get them involved in getting some of this content, you know. And if you said to them, those guys, you know, just get this is a standard of what you need to get on a daily basis. What would that be? If you could just say, like, just a little bit of content is what you're talking about? A little bit of content. And say, hey, you every day you've got to get, I don't know, this and this.
I would say
pop it through.
2 stories and 1 post a day is more than sufficient.
Great. And when you say story, again, not everybody here, I only just learned the difference between a story and a reel the other day, right? But tell me, what does that look like? Again, we're talking to a carpenter out there. Go pick up your phone, record this today. What kind of things would you ask?
I wouldn't say falling into the rhythm of doing the same thing every day, because people will then subconsciously begin to recognize that and skip past it.
So what are some, I guess, questions like you said before, like a problem and a fix, or notice something.
Problem and a fix, a before and an after, a client testimonial, a quote of the day, a daily update. Did you know this? These are all different things. And now, honestly, with AI, you can come up with unlimited ideas. You simply go and download ChatGPT or Claude on your phone and ask it, hey, I'm a home builder in this area. I have very limited resources. What are 25 content ideas that I can post today?
That's it.
And then just cycle through them.
Just like send a text to you guys. Here's today's ones, man. Go.
Yep.
Pick one from here and do it.
Exactly.
And then at the end of the month, I'll give you a Home Depot voucher for $50 if you for the best post. You know,
yeah.
Like, it's not. And that's the thing is, we're talking about consistency over sheen.
Excellence. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It doesn't need to be perfection.
Right.
Yeah.
So I love hearing that. So okay. So let's say we've got 2 posts. So we're starting to get they're starting to build some of this content. Now let's talk about what happens from there. So talk about the engagement. What are these guys looking to build and do? They're starting to gather some trust. We've got to the next step. Talk me through what that looks like.
You're not going to get builds from your social media. Well, sometimes you might, but that's not the primary objective with your social media. The primary objective with your social media is to show people that you're an active company.
Yeah.
And when they start looking into your company, they can follow some sort of story. They can see that you're real. They can have some personality when they interact with you. Whereas if you don't have a social media and you're a faceless brand, it's very hard to trust a faceless brand. And so the goal with your social media is basically just to instill that you're trustworthy, that you're real, that you're active, and that you're constantly out there just like you're actually working. You're not a fly-by-nighter.
Yeah.
Right? You're not just some marketing agency that set up a website and is running ads.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the goal with your social media.
Well, and that's the thing is online is faceless unless you make it something else. Right?
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got that. And so people are now, again, they're going to start to get people communicating with them earlier.
Yeah,
this is what happens, right? They're not. So you're no longer just getting your referrals from your architect. So we've got builders faced with something new.
Yeah.
Leads.
Yeah.
Or at least conversations.
Conversation started. Yeah.
And so what do you hear? Because obviously that's your job, out to kind of create these conversations.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
What are you hearing from builders when you're actually succeeding that they're telling you and you're like, what is it?
Well,
what's going on?
It's a lot more than just the organic posting to get them to that point.
Yeah.
There's also advertising and website and SEO and all these things.
Again, the stuff that's going to drive them back to,
But once they get the leads, the biggest problem that these builders have is they have a time restriction. They don't have time to be a full-time sales guy. And there's that like in-between spot where you're at like 2 to 10 builds where it doesn't make sense to have a full-time sales guy yet. And so you as the owner kind of have to be that full-time sales guy. And so what ends up happening is you're wearing so many different hats that the leads end up falling through the cracks. And that's where, a great company like you guys could come in, or, some sort of automation process that nurtures those leads can come in.
Yeah.
But you need to have some sort of system to ensure that your leads don't fall through the cracks. Because you put all of this effort forward to get these people inquiring with you just for you to ghost them.
That's it. And because they're not building tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is contact them fast, but you got to know.
We typically see 12, 18, 24 months away to actually breaking ground and getting that first deposit.
So I guess you're talking about 2 things that, again, I'm waving a magic wand and we're creating the perfect client for you, right?
Right.
Both before and after. Because, perfect client for you, like me, is screaming like a little schoolgirl at the end and saying, oh my goodness, my life has changed. You're so amazing. Right. But to do that, neither of us have all the power over that.
Right.
And so if I could wave a magic wand and say, okay, you got a perfect client, they've done 3 things before they come to you, and they do 3 things after as standards after they've engaged you.
Okay. So 3 things. I would say the first thing is seeing the value in marketing in some way. It's really hard to take somebody that's not doing anything and convince them that they should do something. Those are not our ideal client because they have to make such a large leap. So seeing the value in marketing is definitely a prerequisite to working with us. Having something in place.
Okay. So if they, again, like you said before, pull out your phone, get a social media account and just get used to getting your face on camera.
Yep.
So at least you've got some, that when they come on board, when you ask them, hey, go generate me some content so I can make some ads. They don't freak out and fall into a little lump on the floor and cry like a baby, right?
You'd be surprised how many builders definitely get a little shaken when we tell them, hey, we're going to need some videos from you.
So again, waving a magic wand. So now you've got this client. They're like, I've been practicing getting myself on video for the last couple of months.
That would be awesome.
So there's your, because again, wave a magic wand. You get, I'm fairy godmother here, Seth. So let's go. What else?
Good on camera, having a decent website in place is important.
Yep.
And then also not being completely reliant on our advertising working tomorrow. This is something that a lot of builders, patience is key, because it's not a silver bullet. It's not something that you sign up with us and you're going to get 10 builds tomorrow. And so if it's a Hail Mary throw, I tell them to go look elsewhere.
So what would that look like for you? So as far as if you could ask for, again, magic wand patience, for them to see, to go, yep, if you do, again, because we're gonna also cover the 3 things that they're gonna do, right?
Yeah.
So if you do X, Y, and Z, those 3 things, I can guarantee results within this time.
Oh, for sure.
What would that be? So again, you still get to choose 3 things, but how much time?
Okay, how much time to start seeing results? How much time
to see results if they do the 3 things that you're about to tell me?
So we guarantee you'll sell at least 1 home in the first year, and that's on our minimum package.
Yep.
Now, ideally, we're shooting for a lot more than that, right? But we guarantee it. We back that up. We put it in writing.
So that's from if you had someone do these 3 things.
Yeah.
Would that change? If you, because obviously you'll get
100%.
Yeah, exactly right. So let's talk again, because we want to get the result for them.
The 3 things that our most successcul clients do. Okay. Our most successful clients working with us, they phone the leads more than once. Always within the first hour of them coming in. Okay?
First hour, more than once.
The second one, they're not afraid to make new content, and a lot of it.
Make new content. So again, if they're doing what we just said before, two stories and a post.
Yeah, and I'm talking new ads every single month or every 2 months.
2 stories and a post, and they're allowing you to make whatever.
Those are the 2 things that would be huge. The third thing that I would say, let me think on that. I would say those 2 prerequisites, if you can nail those, you're going to be more than successful with us. The third one that I would say is that they're doing good work. And maybe that seems like it's a very cliche, very like a natural thing to say.
If they're posting and it's not.
But you need to be doing good work and actually following through with the homes that you're selling. You know how many builders have great marketing, but terrible execution?
Well, someone said to me the other day, they're like, people overcomplicate what marketing is.
Yeah.
Marketing is simply verbalizing your value.
That's it. Nailed it.
So if you don't have value, then you're verbalizing. If you got shit, you're verbalizing shit, and people see it.
Yeah, they can see through it.
You can sprinkle chocolate dust.
Yeah, but you bite into it, it's still that.
That's right. Exactly. And so make sure that their value proposition is clear and that they are actually nailing it.
Yeah, 100%.
So those 3 things. We're not going to hold you to it because I'm not a fairy godmother and people aren't going to do what you tell them.
Yeah.
But if they did, what kind of someone can expect? Obviously, one within a year if they do the kind of bare minimum.
Yeah.
And troublesome. Doing that, how does that, you see your best clients? Like, look, let's take your top 10%, top 5% of your clients.
Sure.
When are they seeing results?
So our top 5% of clients, we've had clients that have sold homes within the first month. Typically, I would say on our middle package, doing like about the middle amount of work. They're not doing the bare minimum, but they're not doing the most. I would say the average is they're probably selling an extra 3 to 5 homes per year working with us.
So again, that's in the middle. So do what you're told. And again, what we're talking about, and this is always the way, it's simple, but it's not obvious.
Yeah.
And it's never about kind of doing something once, it's about the consistency.
It is the consistency piece. That is 100%.
And that's what it's like, not you do this, you call one client within the first hour twice. It's no. Every client gets called within the first hour twice, and every day you're posting. We're just getting out there and posting something.
Yeah.
Just don't think, just do it. And then every day you're making sure, whether it's you, your talent, whatever, that each client is getting the same service that you promised.
Yeah.
Do that and you get it. And this is what we're trying to get across here between you and me is there's not a big gap between, and again, builders, there's a lot of builders out there afraid, they're so used right now, they've been getting these architects doing this, they know that the world is changing. They know that it's now moving to this.
Yeah.
But it feels so distant.
It does, yeah.
And it's not. And I guess that's what we're here to just try and convey is with a couple of standards that you can set with your team, BA or admin or whoever you got, and your team on site.
Yeah.
And a couple of little things you did before.
And you're ahead of the race.
Yeah. And you're better than the 98% of the people out there. It's not hard to get in that 20%.
Yeah, that maybe 10 extra percent of effort will get you ahead of 80 other percent of builders.
Yeah. And like you said, go look at the 20%. You know who they are.
Yeah.
And you look at their social media and you can see what's happening.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, it's absolutely been awesome. I guess,
Yeah. Appreciate
thanks very
it.
much for
Yeah.
giving us some of your wisdom.
Yeah.
Looking forward to working with you and your team and being on the other side of smashing those leads.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thanks for the
Thanks
interview.
for that.